Jesus. And hello once again, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to another Living Hope Today study. So thankful to God that you're here. And today in 2 Kings chapter 5, we see conversion. We see somebody that comes into the story with total pride, with the expectation that God is going to do what he wants God to do, and that he deserves to have God do that. But we'll watch as God, through the prophet Elisha, brings this man to a place of understanding and a place of humility and a place of total conversion. Listen to this. What a great story. Now Naaman was the commander of the army of the king of Aram. So, commander of this big army. What do we know about that? Well, his name is Naaman, and he's powerful. All right? He was a great man in the sight of his master. He was highly regarded. And listen to this. This really struck me as I studied this for you, because through him the Lord had given victory to Aram. Wait a minute. The Lord is using a pagan military commander to bring victory to Aram because, for whatever reason, the Lord wants certain kingdoms to have certain powers that can move in the direction that he chooses. Well, the Lord has used this pagan commander to move the pieces on the board of world history. There's a whole sermon right there. Amazing. But there it is, just a little byline in verse 1. Okay, so Naaman was a valiant soldier, but, there's a fly in the ointment here. He has leprosy. In the old days, leprosy was a terribly awful disease. It still is, but today they can cure it. Back then, you were ostracized, you were set apart, you couldn't be in the normal social circles of your life, because you were so contagious. All right, so now the bands from Aram had gone out and taken captive a young girl from Israel, and she served Naaman's wife. So here we have again in Scripture's record, ladies that are moving the story forward. They don't get named. Yesterday we had a Shunammite wife and a widow. But today we have a young girl from Israel in the story. She is a servant. She's serving this mighty commander's wife. She said to her mistress, "If only my master would see the prophet who is in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy. I've got a solution for you. Go see the prophet." Naaman went to his master and told him what the girl from Israel had said. All right, notice there's no, we're going to consult our pagan gods about this. We're listening to somebody that knows what to do. "By all means go," the king of Aram replied. "I will send a letter to the king of Israel." So Naaman left, taking with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 sets of clothing. What do we know about that? Well, Naaman's ready to see the prophet, and he's ready to bestow great gifts because he has so much. He's bringing his pride and his power and his possessions into play to be cured by from leprosy. So the letter that he took to the king of Israel read, "With this letter I am sending my servant Naaman to you, so that you may cure him of his leprosy." So the king is going to receive this letter as if the king has any power at all. Well, as soon as the king of Israel read the letter, he tore his robes. Am I God? Can I kill and bring back to life? Why does this fellow send someone to me to be cured of his leprosy? See how he is trying to pick a quarrel with me. So the king of Israel views this as a declaration of war almost, because of course he has no power to cure leprosy. Well, verse 8, when Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his robes, he sent him this message. Notice that Elisha is described to us as the man who knows God, all right? "Why have you torn your robes? Have the man come to me, and he will know that there is a prophet in Israel." All right, send him to me. All right, so here comes Naaman, at the behest of the king of Israel. So Naaman went. Notice how he's described, with his horses and his chariots. In other words, power, prestige, right? He's a commander. He stops at the door of Elisha's house. Now, what do you think this guy's expecting? I think he's expecting, oh, great and powerful Naaman, welcome to my home. Please help me understand what I can do for you today. Some sort of greeting, some sort of respect. Well, look at verse 10. Elisha did what? He sent a messenger. So wait a minute. Elisha's not even coming out of his house to meet this great and powerful commander of the army of Aram? No, Elisha stays in there. Hey, Gehazi, go talk to this guy at the front door. Elisha sent a messenger to say to him, go wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored, and you will be cleansed. Oh, hey, I'm giving you how to exercise the power of God in your life. It will bring you to healing. All you have to do is obey. But when you're a commander of a huge army and you have power, guess what? You have expectations about how you should be treated, right? Pride. Well, but Naaman went away angry. Wait a minute, the prophet just told, well, he didn't tell me. He sent his servant out to tell me that I can be healed. All I have to do is go to the Jordan and dip 7 times. Well, Naaman says, hey, I'm upset. And he said, I thought that he would surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, wave his hand over the spot, and cure me of my leprosy. I have expectations on how my healing should occur. He's insulted me, he's disrespected me, and he hasn't done what I wanted him to do. Well, I'm sure as a commander of this powerful army, Naaman is very used to having people do what he wants them to do. Well, are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than any of the waters of Israel? In other words, I don't even like the river he told me to go to, Jordan. Couldn't I wash in them and be cleansed? I need God and this prophet guy who won't even come out and talk to me. I need them to meet me on my terms. I'll go home and dip myself in those rivers. How come I have to go dip myself in the Jordan? So he turned and he went off in a rage. So he goes to Elisha to be cured. Elisha tells him how to be cured, and he says, no, that's not good enough. That's not the way I want it. This reminds me of people that they listen to the gospel of Jesus Christ. They know that Jesus is claimed to be the only way of salvation, and he's backed up that claim through miracles, through the credentials that he has to be the Christ. He is the only Savior of the world, and God has freely offered salvation to anyone who will come to him by faith. And people say, no, God, you need to do it the way I want you to do it. Right? I'm a good person. You need to accept me on my merit because I've earned my salvation by being such a nice person. Well, God doesn't bend the parameters of his salvation for anybody. He's making the free offer. If we accept it, we're saved. We will not experience his wrath. We will be filled with his Spirit. We will be forgiven. We will be cleansed. We will walk with him forevermore. If we say, God, I'm going to be like Naaman. I'm going to be the guy that's mad that you're not saving me the way I'm telling you to save me. Well, then we'll face our own judgment. Naaman's servants went to him and said, my father, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? How much more then when he tells you wash and be cleansed? This is simple, Naaman. Get out of your pride and go jump in the river. So he went down and he dipped himself in the Jordan 7 times. Well, that's refreshing. Look at that. Naaman got past his pride to the point where he could actually obey. He humbled himself. He dips himself in the Jordan 7 times, as the man of God had told him, and his flesh was restored and became clean like that of a young boy. He's absolutely healed through the word of Elisha given by the power of God. What did it take for him to be healed? Simple obedience. That's all. Simple humility that comes to God on God's terms. He's cleansed. Wow. Then Naaman and all his attendants went back to the man of God. He stood before him and said, "Now I know that there is no God in all the world except in Israel." Look at this. Naaman has total conversion. I believe this is the only God there is, the God of Israel who healed me. Please accept now a gift from your servant. Naaman's a believer. Well, the prophet answers, "As surely as the Lord lives, whom I serve, I will not accept a thing." God's healing is free of charge. Don't try to buy me or obligate me. God gave it to you. He used me as the instrument. That's it. We're done. And even though Naaman urged him, he refused. So Elisha says, "I'm not going to profit from God's healing you." "Well, if you'll not," said Naaman, "please let me, your servant," oh, look, that's a little more humility, isn't it? "Please let me be given as much earth as a pair of mules can carry, for your servant will never again make burnt offerings and sacrifices to any other God but the Lord." Look at that. My conversion is total. I'm going home with enough dirt from this place to set up my own altar so that I can sacrifice to the true God, the Lord of all. Total conversion. Convinced by the power of God. Came to God on God's terms. Wow, but may the Lord forgive your servant for this one thing. In other words, his conscience is so sensitive now that he's paying attention to his actions. When my master enters the temple of Rimmon to bow down, and he is leaning on my arm, and I bow there also, when I bow down in the temple of Rimmon, may the Lord forgive your servant for this. I'm not worshiping my master's God, and God forgive me for even having to go into that temple and bow down, but I'm serving this man who's going to do it, and I have to go with him. Well, what's God's response? "Go in peace," Elisha said. After Naaman had traveled some distance, now that's the end of the story, go in peace, but now we run into trouble. After Naaman had traveled some distance, Gehazi, the servant of Elijah, the man of God, said to himself, "My master was too easy on Naaman this Aramean by not accepting from him what he brought. As surely as the Lord lives, I will run after him and get something from him. Look, he offered us all this stuff. Why didn't you take it?" So Gehazi hurried after Naaman. When Naaman saw him running toward him, he got down from the chariot to meet him. "Is everything all right?" he asked. "Everything's all right," Gehazi said. "My master sent me to say," oh, wait a minute, that's a total lie. Elisha never sent him. "Two young men from the company of the prophets have come to me from the hill country of Ephraim. Please give them a talent of silver and 2 sets of clothing." So Gehazi's there, letting his greed guide him. He's making up lies, and now he's getting something from Naaman. "By all means, take 2 talents, said Naaman. He urged Gehazi to accept them, and then tied up the 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with 2 sets of clothing. He gave them to 2 of his servants, and they carried them ahead of Gehazi. And when Gehazi came to the hill country, he took the things from the servants and put them away in the house. He sent the men away, and they left. So Gehazi thinks his plan has been successfully accomplished, and he's got all this stuff for himself. Well, when he went in and stood before his master Elisha, "Where have you been, Gehazi?" Elisha answered, "Well, here comes another lie. Your servant didn't go anywhere," Gehazi answered. So now we're just lying for like crazy to cover up our greed. Deception has come to pass, but Elisha said to him, and this is why you never lie to the prophet. Listen to this. "Was not my spirit with you when the man got down from his chariot to meet you? Is this the time to take money or to accept clothes, olive groves, vineyards, flocks, herds, or men servants or maid servants. God has shown me exactly what you did. Naaman's leprosy will cling to you and to your descendants forever. Oh, so guess what, Gehazi? Through your lying, through your deception, through your evil intent and greed, you have brought yourself to God's judgment. Now you're going to be the one with leprosy. And not only you, but your descendants. Then Gehazi went from Elisha's presence, and he was leprous, as white as snow. Come to God on God's terms. Be blessed by God. Even if you start pridefully, once you humble yourself, God receives you. God performs whatever he wants to do to benefit your life and help you grow in your knowledge of him. Come to God with your own plan. Let your greed overtake you. Get yourself into a place where you're lying because you want something more than you want to obey the Lord. Well, then you lead yourself to your own judgment. Quite a lesson for us in 2 Kings 5. I trust we can learn it and serve him well today, church. God bless you.
Who is it who for sinners shed his blood, and now for cleansing all can plunge beneath that flood? It's Jesus. But do you know who he is? He's the image of the invisible God, and he's the brightness of his glory, the first, the last, the future, the past. He is God.